G'day riders, this is Mr. Kiwi Rider.
Mrs. Kiwi Rider. In a couple of days' time, we are taking a motorcycle road trip to the North Island.
This will involve riding the length of our South Island in one day and also a ferry crossing.
Then we have up to 2 weeks to explore the North Island, living off the back of our bikes.
For the most part, we'll be tenting, apart from 1 or 2 nights where we're staying with friends, and maybe we'll take advantage of the kindness of strangers too.
This is all the gear that we need to share across 2 bikes.
Late last year, we had a camping test run in the lower part of our South Island, and we think we've pretty much refined the gear that we need.
So we're going to walk you through all of the gear that we're going to take. Starting with our Harley-Davidson luggage bags. They came as a set. They both go on the sissy bar. We've used them before and they're fantastic. They do come with waterproof covers as well. And this is going to hold all of our clothing, our toiletries and our camera equipment. On this side, you'll see this is a Revit brand of wet weather gear. It's a full one piece, so ideally you want to get this on before it's raining too hard. It can be a little bit tricky to get on up over if you've got a leather jacket. Sometimes you've got to kind of yank it a bit, but it's really good. It's got a zip all the way down to about here and Velcro. Now you want to keep that Velcro nice and tight and pushed down because the rain can get in through there. But it does keep you very dry. It's kept us very dry, so we're very grateful for those. So not leaving home without those. This here is a quad folding stool seat. So we've both got one of those so we can sit up off the ground if we want to, and they fold up nice and light for the motorcycle. Of course, we've got our sleeping bags. This here is a light that we bought for the tent. It's got a nifty little hook that's tucked away, and you can hang it down just like a light from your roof, or you can have it any direction you need it to. Underneath that is our tent. This tent we bought from Kathmandu. We have not yet opened the tent and checked that everything's in there. We don't recommend that you do that. We should have checked it, but we haven't. 3-person tent, got a little awning, plenty of room, best tent that we could get in our budget. Wish us luck.
And of course, in this plugged in, switched on world of ours, you can't really get away without having access to power. Fortunately, a lot of camping sites in New Zealand have tent sites with power available. So we've got a heavy duty cord with a residual current device so that we can charge our phones and our cameras and anything else that needs charging. Along with that, because most things these days charge via USB, we've got just a little $13 4-way USB charging plug. Alright, and that just plugs into the end of the power cord, and that'll give us all the power needs that we need while we're away. We've borrowed a couple of stretchy cargo nets to go on the back of the bike on the packs, so that we can, as we travel throughout the day, we can put stuff under there that we don't want to really get into the bags to put in, so that we can keep good time. Stuff your jackets in there, gloves, whatever, keeps them secure as you ride. Just want to say thanks to Kevin for loaning us 2 of those. Also, Mrs. Kiwi Rider and I have been trialling elbow pads. Now, we're in summer's been a long time coming here in New Zealand, but it's finally starting to get warm. And we don't always want to wear our heavy leather jackets. Sometimes we want to go bare armed. but also wear all the gear all the time kind of people. So we've been trialing these Alpine Stars motorcycle elbow pads. I've worn mine a couple of times and have found them brilliant because you can have your arms in the wind, but you know that if you were to come off, that you're going to have some protection there on your elbows. The only thing I would recommend, make sure you have sunscreen on your arms so that you don't get the shape of the pads burnt into your skin. We also have headlamps for those midnight trips to the toilet. We've got our XBB self-inflating beds. Now, we used these on our camping trip at the end of last year. These are fantastic. They're only about, how many centimeters? Maybe 5 centimeters thick, but I'm sure I can't express enough how comfortable they were. They really were. You couldn't feel the ground beneath them. They were warm, they're insulated. And the great thing about these is they fold up into this little bag. And the good thing about this little bag is if you stuff a jumper in it and tie it up, it becomes a pillow. And over here we've just got a few more bits and pieces that we need for this specific trip. So in the front here we've got ratchet tie downs. Now there's a couple of cam type tie downs in the front. These are so that we can secure our bikes when they're on the ferry crossing, which is about a 3-hour ferry crossing. So we can strap those bikes down, pull the front forks right down, secure that back wheel, and they're not going to go anywhere. We're also taking an insulated stainless steel bottle for milk so that we can have coffee and the milk won't go bad too quickly. And in here we've got, believe it or not, 2 cups. These are actually silicone pop-up cups. There's a man size one for me and a lady size one for Mrs. Kiwi Rider. And even though we're going up the country and there's plenty of stores, plenty of places to eat, we're also still taking with us 4 packs of ready meal or easy meal. Just put hot water in here, stir it around really good, and there's a meal for 2 in that bag. And there's things like Moroccan lamb, beef stroganoff, that sort of thing. So we're just packing up our bikes for our journey. Starts tomorrow. And I said under my breath, I've got to remember to go and get the hammer for the tent pegs. Mrs. Kiwi Rider's pretty brutal. She said, drop what you're doing, go and get it now. But I think I took a bit too long because I was fussing around with the tent. So at one point she goes, what are we getting? What are we getting now? Drop what you're doing and go and get it now. The tent peg hammer.
Stop! Hammer time!